she's going to take a crack at just opening this door.
Yeah, you can open this. You can open these double doors.
All right.
Let's see what's in the room beyond.
Something good, no doubt.
Beyond. Room, I mean, it's hard to see because it's A, it's very dark, and B, it's sort of panic, but it seems like it's some sort of storeroom. Like there's tables, there's, cabinets, maybe it looks like. I mean, you're just only seeing it for a second, but like, yeah, it seems like it's not a creepy mummy-infested tomb. It seems like a normal-ass room, basically.
Very good, very good. Does it have like does it have like more doorways in it, or is it just like kind of like a standalone room?
Yeah,
she still thinks like she's not aware of the police up there, and she still thinks like the best way out is like up. She's basically trying to meet with like Claudie, like wherever he might be coming from.
Yeah. Yes, you see that there are 2 doors in this room, also big double doors.
Okay. Well, that was her full movement, and since there's no even inanimate zombie on the wall next to her, she'll just pass.
Paul, it's your character's turn.
On hearing that there are doors and probably a way out, without confirming that they've actually found a way out, Aldrak will shout up, "Hey, we found doors and a way out! You don't need to worry about the cable anymore!" And then he's going to run for the exit. He is going to get here, notice his friend's dead body, and just absolutely break down.
Yeah, that is a pretty normal human reaction.
Nigel is going to let go of the rail and come out with his hands up and calmly attempt to explain things to the officers. He didn't actually see any of what went on. He just relays what they were shouting.
Yeah. So I'm going to sort of fast forward along with things because, like, the focus is going to come off. But, like, so first of all, they seem, like, weirdly uninterested in the hole that opened in the middle of the fucking ground, right? Like, these sounds of, like, panic and terror and pandemonium. There's something about it that just, like, they don't even seem to, like, register that that's happening. To an odd degree. They seem, like, completely oblivious to that breach.
Okay.
All they know is that, like, you're in here, there's, like, an alarm has been tripped, and they need to, like, basically, they're gonna take your character away for questioning.
Okay.
Like, you're not gonna, like, you might be able to talk your way out of the situation in the station, but, like, they're not gonna be like, oh, there's a crazy hole full of mummies. Let's get down there and solve this problem. No.
Right. They're gonna arrest me.
Yeah, right. or at the very least take you into custody. Whether or not your character gets capital A arrested, TBD.
Fair.
But you definitely notice very clearly, like, it is uncanny the degree to which they, like, do not register that there is something, like, askew going on here. Other than, like, to them, you being here and there's some alarm going off, like that's to them is, like, 100% of what's going on. They just don't register this thing, shit coming out of the ground.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Completely bounces off that. All right, Faust and Company.
Well, nowhere to go but forward, and by forward I mean toward the door. Scott can get all the way up to this door if he moves twice. But let's move him to his maximum speed first into the room and ask you, have I died yet?
You have not been killed, no.
Oh, cool.
So you enter the room and you can get a slightly better look of what's going on. So there's, like, the floor of the room is just sort of, like, tile, basically. It's lit, or it would have been lit before by just bare bulbs just hanging from the ceiling. There are these, like, heavy chest freezers around. And there's, like, card tables just kind of all over the place. Just, like, like cheapo plastic card tables, the one? Like...
Yeah, like the foldable tables?
Yeah. There's just like a bunch of those, and some of those are just like covered in like documents and kind of like shitty, like this style desk lamps, and just sort of stuff like that. But some of them have these like weird little terrariums on them. Looks like. There's some cots pushed up against the wall, and there's like in one of the corners there's this big heavy antique safe. Looks like.
Well, I don't see any mummies, and that's my primary concern at this moment.
There's not a single mummy in this room. There's no movement of any kind that you can see in this room.
So Scott's going to run up to this door. 2 questions. First, what self-defense object was Scott able to find last turn on his way towards the group? I don't think we resolved that for Scott and Maggie.
Oh, were they looking for stuff?
Yeah.
Just roll me luck checks for both of them.
All right. Fully loaded AK-47, I'm assuming. He did succeed, so I'm right.
No, just muskets.
Okay. The second question, he spent his full movement getting to the door. Can he open it?
That door seems like it's locked.
Okay. Let's see, and let's assume there, Maggie can get to the other door and try and open it.
That door is not locked.
Okay. Well, if opening it requires no action, Maggie will open it.
There's sort of a wood panel corridor, and there's lots of photographs. There's just like the sort of most of the space along this corridor is just covered in old photographs. Mostly black and white, mostly older ones.
All right. Well, that's my group's whole turn. Just like getting up there.
Okay. So they do that. I really don't want to do it. But all right, we'll do 1 and 1. So we'll get 1 at WB here and 1 at whose character is this?
Freddy.
Oh boy, Freddy. All right, 1 at WB. Oh.
That hits.
How many hit points?
That brings her down to 0.
I think that's dead, unfortunately.
Can we get an F in chat for WB Mason?
F in chat for WB.
Right. And 1 at Freddy. Hey! Freddy do live. Because even the monsters fumble sometimes. Even the monsters fumble sometimes. Your incompetent blow makes you a laughingstock of the party, but otherwise causes no damage. I think this mummy tries to shoot you.
It's just muscle memory.
At you, and he just... And nothing happens, because it's a 200-year-old musket that's been kept in a dank basement. And also he's a mummy, and also it's a prop. Like, it doesn't do anything.
So good.
But yeah, had it been a real musket, he definitely would have blown your heart out of the back of your fucking chest.
If he can hit me, that is.
Yeah, if he can hit you. I think we got 1 more zombie coming in here. And this zombie coming around here. Or actually, maybe he would come up here. Yeah. Alright. Freddy, you're up.
All right, cool. Arthur over here. He's going to go into the room. And he's going to stand like... I can't ready an action. Yeah, he's going to go into the room.
Okay.
I'm going to catch up with everybody and be and say shit, what's he going to say? He's going to say which way are we going? Are we just going anywhere but here? To whoever's characters these are. So he'll say that, and then Freddy, on the other hand, he's gonna pick up the musket that the guy he killed last turn dropped. And he's gonna fucking he's going out in a blaze of glory. He's upset that the person next to him died, and
Is
gonna.
your character holding a light?
Oh, he is not actually.
Yeah, everybody who's holding a light is making for the exit. You are in absolute fucking darkness.
That's a good point. Are there opportunity attacks in this game?
I think that they're. Ooh, let me check something.
I recall it saying that there was no opportunity attacks in the like early on in the book, like in one of the big full page things, but I don't remember specifically.
Let me see. We'll lean towards no, but I will get an answer for the future.
Sure. Can I pick up the musket and double move, or is picking up the musket an action?
I'll let you pick up the musket and double move.
Sure.
We've been pretty lenient with picking up muskets and moving around. So
Yeah.
I see no reason to be strict now.
He'll pick up the musket, and as he gets ready to fight a little bit more, but then he realizes, oh shit, I can't see a fucking thing, and he's gonna run towards the light. So he's gonna end up like here.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay, cool. So just to speed things along, if people are in like full retreat, you guys can get everybody into this room and get the door closed before the zombies can get to you. Like they have a speed of 20 feet around. Like if you guys are in flight, there's no zombies between you and the goal. Like you can just get everybody into this room if that's what everybody's doing on their turns.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah,
Sure.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think retreat is the plan here.
All right. So everyone get your characters in this room. And you can indeed seal the doors against your adversaries.
And we can like throw a bunch of tables and stuff in the way.
Yeah, no, there's loads of shit that you can move. If you got really industrious, you could push a freezer in front of this door. Like the zombies, you can hear them pushing and scratching, but like they are not going to be able to get through that door. They are not enormously strong creatures.
And that's only 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 dead characters in the first room with enemies.
You gotta pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers. 5 dead, 1 arrested.
Oh, 1 arrest. Oh,
That's
and
true.
2 looking for another way in. I forgot about them.
2 looking for another way in. So we will get back to them now because they've been on the sidelines for quite some time. So you do manage eventually to find this other this club, basically this club house. Essentially, that's what it is. There is a front door. It is locked. There's a window though.
I will. Yeah. So the front door is locked. There's no cops here. I didn't just wade into a trap.
No. I mean, you definitely saw them coming around the corner, but by then you had already bailed. So you've sort of gone around the block and you found this other place.
Well, Claudia doesn't have any reason to mistrust the police. Yeah, he'll examine the window and see if it's well, actually, he'll knock on the door first. Like if there's somebody in there,
No,
he's a polite guy.
It's quiet. It's dead quiet in there. There's nobody in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he'll go look at the window real quick if it seems like he could possibly jimmy it open, or if he just has to break it, I guess.
Yeah, roll I guess just roll just agility to see if you can't jimmy a window open.
All right, he's really good at this stuff. Let me tell you. Wait. It rolled. Oh, it rolls a 1. Oh, I see. Because I'm untrained.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that untrained was a 1d10.
Yeah, it's rough.
Lordy.
Yeah. I think you just break the window.
Oh, okay. He's gonna feel really bad about that. He's gonna, when he gets inside, he's gonna leave like some money on the table for window repairs. He would write a note, but he doesn't have time.
All right, cool. So your characters can start exploring that area and trying to find another way down or find the all right, so what's everybody back in the fortress, the lair of evil, back in the lodge doing? So you've made it into this sort of storehouse room. What's up?
Does Aldrich have his rock hammer on him?
Yes, Aldrich has his rock hammer on him.
Okay. Can he take it and attempt to use it to bust the lock on the other door?
On this door? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say he can sure, make a strength test, which you'll be trained before. You'll be trained.
Okay. Here we go. Ah.
Yeah, with a couple of good thwacks, you think you can get it open. It takes a bit though. You're going to be working at it for a few minutes.
Okay. Probably going with like a prying action.
Yeah. You're definitely making some progress. You're going to get through it, but it's going to take a few minutes.
Sounds good.
All right.
I think that Philip getting in here kind of does like a little head count, realizes that we are quite a bit shorter than we were before, and like he's holding it together, but he's definitely like trembling. But he's still got his phone out and he's ready.
Jenny's doing her best not to, because I mean, like, she only had so much time to process the number of people that were down here to begin with. She's just going to, put her head down and try to keep working on things that she can solve. So she's going to go explore down this hallway some.
Yeah. So you look down, heading down this corridor. There's some of these photos are fucking weird. Like, the oldest photo is like a bunch of guys in Civil War era uniforms, and they're sort of posing around the creature that they've killed, apparently, that is like a flea the size of a car.
Ugh.
Right? There's another one that's another sort of civil, like that sort of like daguerreotype photo of like a guy sitting in a chair, just like looking off in the middle distance, as people did in photos of the day. And next to him, standing next to him with like a hand on the chair, is like this like gnome fucking creature. Like he's this tiny, wrinkled old person. He's like 2.5 feet tall. He's got this crazy long hair. He's got this almost like pig-like, like wrinkled little face. And he's like obviously not a human being.
These anti-Masons were into some fucked up shit, man.
They're very clearly not a human being. There's another one that's like an action photo where two guys with Thompson submachine guns are sort of shooting at something that's like down a corridor from them. And all you can see of that thing is that it's got 3 glowing eyes. And then towards the end of the corridor, one of the only photos you can see that's in color is like 5 like middle-aged to elderly like retirees. And they're dressed like they're like in Hawaiian shirts, like they're going on vacation. And they look like they're standing in front of like a fountain in a mall. And there's like lots of neon and bright lights. It's like dark, but there's lots of these neon lights. But it looks like they're sort of in like a big food court almost. But in the edges and background of that photo, there are again more creatures that are very distinctly not human beings. Like they are again hard to see, but they are. They don't look like human beings.
Well, Jenny doesn't like any of that. But she does not have much time to focus on the oddities of these exceedingly fucked up and alien photos. Are any of these doors like openable? She'll be like trying them as she goes down.
This door is locked. This door seems like it can be opened.
Mm-hmm. Well, she'll try opening it.
All right.
She's just trying to find a stairwell.
Yeah.
Preferably one that goes up.
Yeah. So this door is leads to like a library. I mean, pretty clearly a library.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. It's got like a sort of a kind of a dirty linoleum floor. It has these fluorescent. It's sort of got like a cheap drop ceiling, and there's like where there would have there's fluorescent bulbs in there, and there's these long steel gray shelves, and they're just covered in books, except for a little partitioned area, which is sort of like yeah. So let me hide that actually. Well, yeah, I mean, it basically seems like a library.
Okie doke. I mean, there's more doorways in here. She might go poke around in there for a moment.
What's everyone else doing?
I'm
Yeah.
sobbing as I commit breaking and entering.
I imagine. Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I imagine Maxwell and Jasper would have kind of gone together and checked out this hall. And upon seeing the photos, they're going to use, I believe it is Maxwell's phone, has a poor signal, but that shouldn't mess with the camera. So they're going to go through, he's going to go and try and get photos of the photos.
Yeah, you can take photos of these photos. They're fucking creepy and they're very real. Like they don't look like, I mean, you don't know a lot about old photography, but they don't seem like fakes. Like if they're fakes, they seem they'd be really good.
Yeah, and he wants to make like an extra special effort to like get a really good one of the food court one. Like that's the one he wants to get the best quality, and the other one's just like passable. You can see what it is.
Yeah, like that's a seems like a photo that could have been taken like, well, I mean it's like a printed glossy photo, so
Yeah,
how old it is.
like and that's why that's the one, like that's the most recent. That's a real place he might be able to they might be able to go, and tracking that down could be useful.
Okay, cool. Does anyone else want to do anything in the room that you're currently in?
Arthur's gonna like venture into the hallway and take one look at like the pictures. It's just kind of like, oh fuck, and then like check out the library. But first, is anyone like, as he's going that way, is anyone's character like freaking out or like having a breakdown or something?
Aldrich is.
Aldrich is. Is Freddy the kind of guy? What did I say? Freddy's like. Yeah, Freddy's all right. Freddy's gonna walk up to Aldrich and just gonna like put a hand on his shoulder and just say, with PBR smelling breath, you're right there, buddy. Come on, we gotta keep going.
He's gonna nod gratefully, but continue sobbing and taking his emotional state out on the lock of this door.
Fair enough.
Like he clearly shows appreciation, and he maybe sniffles a little bit, and tears stop actively running down his face. But he's definitely taking out his frustration and upset that his lifelong friend is dead on the lock of this door with his little sharpened hammer.
I've seen people do crazier things while they're angry. I suppose breaking and entering isn't that bad. You do you. And he's just gonna kind of wander off. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Okay, cool. I'll say that with a fair bit of hammering and going on, you do manage to get the door. Enough time has passed that you've been able to get this door open, revealing. Let's see. So it seems like a workshop of some kind. There's long workbenches. There's heavy tools for metalworking. There's a lathe. There's like a metal lathe in here. There's also a locked cage. There's a locked like cage by one of the door, which does seem to contain some like actual like semi-modern looking firearms. There's heavy bins full of scrap metal. There's broken tools, broken weapons, and then suspended from the ceiling via chains is like, I guess the way to describe it is a robot. Like it's sort of a humanoid shape. It's like if you made a person out of car parts, is what it looks like, basically.
Is it Daft Punk?
No, not Daft Punk. It's not.
Is it Optimus Prime?
It is not Optimus Prime.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. You do not find Optimus Prime.
Scott still sings the theme song under his breath.
Yeah, he's kind of got like that Skyrim Dwarven Centurion vibe, where he's like got the lower half is like basically a big car tire, and the top half is like vaguely humanoid in shape, with a sort of a pair of like simple arms and like a head with big headlights for the eyes, and he's just sort of suspended from the ceiling. He's sort of suspended from the ceiling by chains.
If I may ask, you said he looks like if you made a person out of car parts. Does he have like an old rusty DVD player sticking out of his head, or does he look like the parts were machined to fit into a humanoid shape?
Oh yeah. Sorry, he's not like made out of a junk. He's like if he looks like he was manufactured.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not like cobbled together out of garbage.
I'm going to avoid both that thing and the cage and look around and see if I can build up a repertoire of like tools. I'm going to dump out my least favorite rocks and see if I can replace it with like non-broken tools like wrenches and things that might come in handy.
Yeah. So not only are there like a couple of big heavy fuck off wrenches available to you, but there's also like a power drill.
Okay. I assume at least one of those wrenches is adjustable?
Yeah, there is an adjustable wrench, certainly.
Okay. I'll take that and any like screwdrivers or wire clippers or anything else of a tool-esque nature that I can find. Being very careful to avoid going anywhere near that robot thing or the cage, because I do not trust those.
Yeah, you can scoop up some tools. Yes.
And only when I'm done will I think to call out, "Hey guys, there's some weapons in here if anybody wants one."
How is the cage locked?
It is locked with a big heavy padlock.
All right, Scott's gonna walk up to the cage. Does a robot fall on his head?
No, a robot does not try and remove your organs.
Cool. Then he's gonna try and use the butt of this musket to smash down on top of the padlock and force it open.
That's a strength check that you're trained with, because I assume that everyone's trained with things like hitting someone with a thing.
Nice.
Yeah. Don't ever say I never did nothing for you.
Boom.
Oh yeah.
Bang! You get the lock right off of that motherfucker.
Awesome.
There are, let me see here, 3 rifles and 2 pistols.
Okay, he's gonna take a rifle and the 2 pistols and give a pistol each to Maggie and Faust, and keep the rifle for himself. And call out, assuming no robots fall on heads, and call out to the group that there's 2 rifles left in that cage.
Yeah.
For whoever thinks they can shoot it.
Is this door unlocked?
This door?
Mhm.
No, I believe we said that this door is locked.
With like a padlock, or since I'm inside the room, can I
Just like
unlock
a-
it
just
from
like a
this side?
deadbolt. Yeah, you can unlock the deadbolt.
Okay. I'll unlock the door. Are these also doors?
What are you indicating? That? Yes, this is a door, and this is a door.
Are either of them locked?
Give me a moment. People who are still in this room. One of the fridges. So there's these big like chest freezers. You know what I'm talking about? Like the ones you'd have in like your garage.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's like 4 of them in this room, and one of them just sort of like rocks back and forth a little bit.
Faust and Maggie are going to back into the hallway, but Scott wants to investigate it.
Okay. So you move past the tables covered in documents, and you move past the weird little terrariums, and you see one of the terrariums. Let me see here. Yeah, like one of them has like it's full of these like weird little like glowing anemones, and one of them has they're they're kind of weird. You're not paying them much mind. But yeah, you go to one of these fridge. Let me draw these in just so that we have some reference for where they are. There's one here, one here, one here, and it's this middle one that just rocked. So you're checking it out. You open it up.
I'm assuming it's not locked then.
Nope, not locked.
Yeah. He'll open it up.
Okay. It's packed with these like. It's actually kind of funny. It's packed with like these weird Ziploc bags full of just like miscellaneous, just bizarre shit. And also just like TV dinners and stuff. Like they're also just using them as fridges. But you sort of look at some of these bags, and there's one that's just full of just like this like big thing, just like nasty matted fur, like bloody gunk. And it's just got this like label on it that says like someone's just written on the bag in Sharpie, West Seneca Street, 322, werewolf ? You look at another one that just looks like a piece of a deflated dodgeball. And it just says Howlett Park Avenue, X 33rd Street, storm drain, do not thaw.
I slam the chest closed when I read "Do not thaw."
Well, okay. It still rocks back and forth a little bit.
Yeah. I have decided it's not worth finding out why. And speed walk to the hallway saying, any luck on an exit? Anyone?
All right. While you were saying that, suddenly the mid of the freezer slams open. And that's what we'll call it for tonight. It's loud. It's assaultive. It only looks like there's 4 people up there, but it sounds like there's a lot more. Definitely loud. That's what they've got going for them.